On the edge of town here is an old gas station. A cafe. Long abandoned. Yeah, Paradise Cafe. Whoop. Stepping on stuff. You wonder what that looked like long ago. Anyway, it's next door to an empty motel. Itself long abandoned. Wow. Guess we can take a quick look at inside of one of the rooms. I'm sure homeless end up here every now and then. You can see the bathroom back there. Looks like people have hung out there before. And this is the office where you would check in. Well, that might have been a room. Let's see. This is the office for sure. Wow, this caught on fire. How about that, huh? I am in Tucumcari, New Mexico. I have just arrived in downtown. Let me give you a look. Yeah, check out this old theater, huh? It's still playing movies too. Yeah, that old 50s music. Let's see what else is up here. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. I've been through Tucumcari many times, but never really spent any time here. Been wanting to for a long time. Welcome to Tucumcari, New Mexico, land of enchantment. There's a beautiful old train station up here. Town started out as a railroad camp. And this is in 1901. Became quite the place. Very lawless. A lot of saloons. It was initially called Six-Shooter Siding. That was the name of the town. On account of all the gunfights that would happen here on an almost daily basis. Beautiful train depot, isn't it? In 1908, they changed it to Tucumcari. Tucumcari is the Comanche word for ambush. I couldn't just drive by this train station and not get a closer look. This was built in 1926. This is Spanish Revival. You see a lot of that out here. See if I can give you a look inside. Well, there's nothing in there. It's just a big empty space right now, it appears. Let's see what's on the other side. Got a bit of a museum in there. Railroad crossing. And of course the tracks. Huge grain elevator over there. Tucumcari is on the Mother Road. Route 66. And it is one of the best towns for exploring that kind of history. On the route, Tucumcari was a lot of the inspiration for the Pixar movie Cars. For that very reason. Let me show you a map real quick. You can see where I'm at. And in population history, 1950, peak population 8419, 2020 5278. Yeah, that's because of Route 66. It was at its peak in 1950. Millions of families vacationed on the route and will travel through places like this town right here. It's beautiful, isn't it? A couple of really big murals. Not sure what they are. Maybe someone can help us out there. Tucumcari is the county seat for Quay County. There's the county courthouse. Built in 1939. I think we all know what kind of architecture that is. Yeah, that is Art Deco. Beautiful example. Get your kicks. Route 66. Tucumcari tonight. That's the town's motto, by the way. Tucumcari tonight. Referencing the many old Route 66 motels here in town. They've got some modern hotels as well. You guys see what I see, don't you? That's right. Cat sighting. Yes, there are still some old school motels in business and operating along Route 66. This is it right here. Another motel. Wow, that's just so awesome looking, isn't it? A little spot to hang out, have a beer or two. Motel Safari, a Route 66 classic. Squeaky clean, comfy beds. Speedy Wi-Fi. Pretty sure that part of the sign wasn't there in 1950. This is the Blue Swallow Motel. It made an appearance in the Cars movie. This one's on the National Register. It was built in 1941 and it's been open ever since. Completely refrigerated and air conditioned. Awesome, huh? And of course, there are tons of little t-shirt shops and gift shops. Old Texaco. Just lots of great stuff here. Happy motoring on Route 66. Abandoned gas station. Well, let's see what's inside. You never know. Nothing happening there. This is a used car lot. Let's kick some tires. Look at this old Ford Galaxy, convertible. This is worth some money, even in this condition. $27.50 for this one. Looks like the rear suspension could use some work. I mean, you could fix that dash. It's all original. Hey, look at these beauties. Goodest. Gooder. There's 3 of them. Wow. I would love to have one of these. It says this one runs on the window. Again, it's the original dash. Just needs some work. Amazing, isn't it? Let's look at this one real quick. What do you think? I love it. $29.95 for that one. Looks like what could have been a garage. Long abandoned. This was a restaurant. Let's get out and get a closer look. Ranch House Cafe, Mexican food. Well, the place doesn't appear to be open. Should we look inside? Why not? Yep. Nothing going on in there. A long closed restaurant. Well, I guess I should start giving you guys some numbers. As I head to this grain elevator, I'll do just that. 64% of this town is Hispanic. 30% white, 2% black, 4% mixed race or other. And I'll give you median household income too, real quick. $39,915 a year. That's $770 a week. And poverty, real quick as well. 31.2 overall. School-age children, 36%. 65 and older, 26%. All those numbers are more than twice higher than the rest of the U.S. And there it is. Rising majestically into the sky. There's some train cars on the other side. They're just sitting there. Nothing is happening. Okay, how about cost of living? It's a 76. So 24% lower than the rest of the U.S. Utilities highest at 97. Housing lowest at 36. Well, we did expect to see some abandoned homes here. Alright, so crime. What is crime here? Last year, 33 incidents per 1,000 people. Crime. It's a bit high. Alright, well, residential. This is pretty typical of what you see as you drive through the town. Let me give you median home value. $56,400. Yeah. That is very low, isn't it? Well, everyone, I am in Cuervo, New Mexico. This is a genuine ghost town. Yeah, so let's take a look, see what we can find. Let's see, Cuervo was founded in 1901. In the 40s, there were about 300 people here. And it is on Route 66. So I probably had quite a bit of traffic at the time. But it is pretty much completely gone now. Look at this old church. The sun is shining right at me here, so I'm trying to get some shots where you can see. This actually looks like it's in pretty good condition, doesn't it? Look at this stone here. Yeah, this church is very old. Yeah, let me look around some more. Yeah, how old do you think this is? Somebody's little house at one time. There's the front door. Looks like it was quite cozy. Yeah, there's just a handful of structures just like this. And not really much else to see. Still got streets signs. Bond Street. There's a dead end that way. Wow, what a place. I am in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Driving into downtown. Grandma's Fitness. That's interesting. Well, you know, grandmas need to stay in shape too. Probably more important that they stay in shape. There's a theater here. It's kind of nifty. Let me show you a map. You can see where I'm at. And here's the population history. 2020, last census, peak population, 3,007. Yeah, this town's growing. Santa Rosa is the county seat for Guadalupe County. And this is the beautiful county courthouse. Let's get out and take a look. All right, here it is. The county courthouse, built in 1909. This is Richardsonian Romanesque architecture. So 11th century Rome by way of Henry Hobson Richardson. He is, as I've told you guys before, one of the trinity of great American architects, along with Louis Sullivan and Frank Lloyd Wright. A beautiful building. They built an addition because they needed it to handle more of the county business, and that is here, and that is just sad. It's built in 1940. I mean, how do you build that next to this? Santa Rosa is on Route 66, so they should have some good stuff here. Let's go see what we can find. Oh, there's the post office, though. United States Post Office. Santa Rosa, New Mex. Well, I'm cruising the street, their collection of Route 66 stuff is not quite as prolific as Tucumcari. They got a few things. Looks like an old restaurant here. Yeah, I like this. Best Mexican food in town. Yeah, they got a couple of old motels. That's about it. Well, let me give you the ethnic breakdown. 76% Hispanic, 14% white, 5% Native American, 2% black, remaining mixed or other. A lot of stucco here. Look at the town there. Let me give you poverty. 19.1 overall, 26 for school-aged children, 9% for folks 65 and older. All right, cost of living here is an 83. So that is 17% lower than the rest of the U.S. Goods and services are at 100, same as the U.S. Housing's 47. As I show you some of the houses, let me give you the median home value, $101,800. Okay, so crime last year, 14 incidents per 1,000 people. That compares to 21 for the U.S. So crime here, pretty good. I am in Melrose, New Mexico. Old abandoned gas station, it looks like. All right, let me show you a map as I head into the downtown. And in population history, peak population 1950, 936 people. Last census down to 622. Median age of this town is 49. I'll make my way into downtown. Most of you are probably familiar with the cartoons Tom and Jerry, Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear. The guy who co-created all those characters and made those cartoons is born and raised here. Right here in this little tiny town. William Hanna of Hanna-Barbera fame. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Well, when he was here as a kid, I bet all of these storefronts had businesses in them. And probably was pretty lively and vibrant. Totally different now. All right, 77% of this town is white, 20% is Hispanic, 3% is mixed race or other. I wonder what that was. An old RV there. Median household income, $33,333 a year. That's $640 a week. That's not much money. Very low. Poverty is at 28.5. School-aged children 24. 65 and older is 6 though. That's actually pretty good. Abandoned mobile home there. Seeing quite a bit of stucco in this part of the country. All right, median home value, $78,600. Very inexpensive. Just some really interesting looking places here. A bit more of the downtown. Well, all right. I don't know if there's really much else to show you here. So I'm going to head to Clovis. And in Clovis, Nicole and I will be doing some stuff together, so stay tuned for that. I am in Clovis, New Mexico. Getting ready to walk across Main Street. Downtown, there it is. That is the one tall building in the city, Hotel Clovis, built in 1931. It is on the National Register. It's no longer a hotel though, as I understand it. It's loft apartments. Okay, let me show you a map. You can see where I'm at. Pretty close to Texas. And then here's population history. Peak population, last census, 38,567 people. And Clovis has a little micro metropolitan area of about 63,000 people. Median age here is 32. It's a pretty young town. Clovis has 3 historical theaters in varying condition. There's one of them there. That's the Mesa Theater, built in 1931. I'm not sure if they're doing anything. Clovis Community College Cultural Arts Series says there. Clovis has a real interesting history in terms of 50s era rock and roll. A lot of great artists recorded here. Buddy Holly, he recorded Peggy Sue here. Roy Orbison, J.D. Souther, the country singer. Who else? Buddy Knox recorded his huge hit here, Baby Doll. We came here specifically to see that studio and the Rock and Roll Museum, but alas, they are closed. Yeah, Nicole and I were going to do that together. Well, I almost missed this mural on the other side of the Clovis Hotel. That is quite striking. Clovis Main Street. All right, 49% of this town is Hispanic. 40% is white, 5% is black, 1% is Asian. The remaining is mixed or other. Clovis is home to the Cannon Air Force Base. It is an advanced aircraft base, which sounds pretty interesting. Agriculture is one of the main industries. Cotton and peanuts, main crops. Also a lot of cattle ranching in the area, as well as cheese making. Yeah, the Southwest Cheese Company is here. They claim to make the most cheddar cheese in the United States. They claim it anyway. I don't know if that's true. Some places in Wisconsin and Vermont might beg to differ. But anyway, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what they said. The town was named after a guy named King Clovis. He was the king in mid-5th century in an area of Europe that included France, Germany, and Belgium. Founded as a railroad town, still a rail center to this day. And again, oh my God, dude. Get a muffler. Man, all right, anyway. This is the second theater, the Lyceum. It's built in 1936. It's on the National Register. It is Art Deco. Doesn't look like it's being used right now. Well, looks like they're planning on restoring it pretty soon. But right now, it's not looking too good, is it? So we can see the inside. See if they're doing some work. You could tell it was once a beauty. Hate to see it in this kind of shape. The downtown, for the most part, is in pretty good shape. There's a few empty storefronts, but there's a lot with quite a bit of things for sale. A handful of restaurants. There's the red door. Okay, let me give you some numbers. Median household income, $54,029 a year, a little over $1,000 a week. Poverty is 22.3 overall. School-age children, 27. 65 and older, 18. All those numbers are about twice higher than the U.S. Cost of living is a 90, 10% lower than the rest of the U.S. Goods and services are a 97. That's highest. Housing is a 78. Here is the third theater, the State Theater, built in 1936. Art Deco. I do believe that one is being used for live music. There's a mural here celebrating the area's musical history. Of course, that's Buddy Holly. It looks like Elvis. Let's see what else, who else they have here. All right. That's Roy Orbison. He recorded here as well. The Day the Music Died. A visual interpretation, American Pie by Don McLean. Well, let's see what they come up with. Is this the Chevy going by the levee? With a Buddy Holly license plate? Well, I don't know about a Caldwell Banker being there. Still, it's a nice thought. Clovis is the county seat for Curry County here in New Mexico. Here's the county courthouse, built in 1936. That is Art Deco. Lots and lots of Art Deco in this town. Yeah, it's all over. Alright, I'm on the street next to Main Street. Looks like that used to be a restaurant, doesn't it? I'm just a short distance out of downtown, and I'm at the Norman Petty recording studio. The sign is almost covered up by the big bush growing here. Yeah, Buddy Holly, Roy Orbison, Waylon Jennings, Buddy Knox, recently Leanne Rimes have had recording sessions here. Norman Petty Studios. At 13, Norman began cutting records in his father's filling station. With money earned from the Norman Petty Trio's Mood Indigo, Petty converted a family grocery store next door into a modern recording studio where he experimented with echo and microphone settings. In 1957, Petty made rock and roll history recording Buddy Holly and the Crickets' That'll Be the Day. The sound influenced a generation, and his techniques are still used today. Yeah, usually you can come tour this, but just our luck, they're closed. I guess for renovations? I'm not sure. I was really looking forward to it. Being a fan of Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison. Huge fan of both. But yeah, it's not going to happen, guys. Sorry. Alright, well, I am about a mile out of downtown. Check out some of the houses here. Yeah, seeing a lot of this in this part of town. Crime here, I was surprised. It's really high. Last year, 42 incidents per 1,000 people. USA is 21, so crime here is right at twice higher than the rest of the US. Alright, a couple more miles out of downtown. And this is what I'm mostly seeing. It's really nice. Yeah, there's a lot more of this than what I showed you just earlier here in Clovis. Here's the median home value, $160,000. Now, our plan had been to come to Clovis. You know, I do my thing, I show you some small towns, and then we come into the bigger city, like Clovis, together. We show you a museum or other points of interest. And we came here specifically to show you the rock and roll stuff. And, well, they're all closed. So, I guess all we're going to be able to show you guys together in Clovis is a restaurant. Yeah, so with that said, I'm going to go grab Nicole, and we're going to go check out a local restaurant. It'll be Mexican food. We are in New Mexico, and this is a majority Hispanic town. So the Mexican food is supposed to be amazing. Like that house. It's beautiful. Alright, well, stay tuned. Nicole and I will visit a restaurant coming up next. We are going to eat at Guadalajara Mexican Grill and Cantina. We were told that it's good.
All right.
We are in here. We're going to head to the bar, which is straight ahead. All right. We got the place to ourselves, it looks like, pretty much. I'm going to have an Amber Dos Equis to drink. And you've got...
I just have a Pinot Grigio.
And what did you decide for appetizer for us?
I don't know, I think these Roadrunners sound interesting. Apparently it's bacon wrapped chicken breast, and it's got cream cheese and fresh cut jalapenos in it.
Okay.
So those sound interesting. I want to give them a try.
All right, that's what we're going to have.
All right.
All right, our Roadrunner appetizer is here.
Meat. Isn't that what the Roadrunner says?
Yes. You can see the bacon and the jalapeno and the cream cheese.
And the chicken.
Yep. And some jalapeno ranch dressing. All right. Let's see if they're good. All right, so the thoughts on the appetizer is it's really good.
Yummy.
Yeah, nice big piece of chicken. And then jalapeno and then cream cheese. Just a little bit of cream cheese. Just enough to give it a little, I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to be the cool to the jalapenos hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Usually on these dishes you get a lot of cream cheese and just a little bit of the other stuff. But this one, no. Lots of chicken.
And don't forget the bacon. The bacon was
Yeah.
quite tasty.
Yeah, and the bacon, yeah. Lots of chicken, lots of bacon.
All the flavors go very well together. And see, mine, I had a nice hot jalapeno, and I loved it.
Yeah. And you can tell that these are handmade, hand-wrapped.
Fresh.
Yeah. So, thumbs up on
Quite good.
Yeah, thumbs up on the appetizer.
Definitely.
For an entree, I'm going to have carne adobada. I think that's how you pronounce it. That is a specifically New Mexico style dish, marinated pork. So in New Mexico, I'm going to try something New Mexican.
I'm gonna have a bite.
You're going to have a bite? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
What do you have?
I'm gonna do just the green chili stew because it sounds so good to me on a cold day. Apparently, it's got pork, potatoes, chili, celery, and carrots. So, yes, that sounds perfect for a cold day, and it's a cold day.
Yeah, it's really cold outside here today.
Cold and windy.
Yeah. My New Mexico carne adobada is here. So that's slow cooked pork. And then this is calabacitas,
Yes.
which is kind of like a Mexican hash.
Yeah, it looks like succotash to me.
Succotash, I
It looks
mean.
yummy.
Yeah, succotash. And then papacitas or
Papitas.
papitas, which is just
Small
Spanish
potatoes.
for small potatoes. And then I got a little bit of guacamole. And you-
Mine's easy. Mine's just a green chili stew. Nice American words that I can say easily.
It looks good though, doesn't it?
It looks amazing. Look at the big chunks of pork and there's big potatoes in here.
Carrots.
And carrots and yeah, I can't wait to get to it because it looks yummy.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yes.
All right, the food is excellent. You put this pork in a little tortilla with the lettuce and tomato. Make a kind of a taco with it, spicy taco. Both of these are excellent. Fresh made, you can tell.
Yes, definitely.
Especially this, is it calabacitas?
Calabacitas.
Yeah, it's really excellent. How's your...
Oh my gosh, I love this stew so much. I wish I could have it like more often on the road. So good. The pork in it was incredibly tender. The potatoes, the carrots, all the same, incredibly tender. I messed it up with some cracker bits in there, but it is so good. And I'm gonna take the rest with me and probably eat it for dinner tomorrow night.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do too.
Oh, I also dipped a tortilla in there and like scooped some of it up. That was good too.
Yeah.
It was good that way. So yummy.
Dessert today will be churro sundae. So some fried churros with lots of cinnamon and powdered sugar, with vanilla bean ice cream, with chocolate and caramel. It smells incredible. Am I right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And it looks like they threw in some whipped cream too. So
Oh yeah, that's whipped cream, isn't it? I was saying that was ice cream.
no, the ice cream's in the middle.
Okay. Yeah. Whipped cream too. It's my favorite part of dinner. Thoughts on the dessert?
Oh my gosh, so good. So incredibly good.
Those churros are incredible.
You can't go wrong with the churro, you know,
Yeah.
and then when you add the ice cream and the warm caramel and chocolate, yeah.
And the cinnamon on the churros. It's amazing. Just makes them.
Cinnamon's my department. That's my favorite flavor.
Yeah. It's excellent. Highly recommend.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Here's the receipt. 5443. Doesn't have the dessert on it because we switched bartenders and the new bartender rang the dessert up.
Yes.
Dessert was $7, so tab's actually at 61. Not bad, huh?
No, not bad for everything we got.
For us, that's pretty cheap. Yeah.
All the food tastes nice and fresh. You know, you can tell nothing came in frozen or anything like you get from those chain restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a good restaurant. I really like the food.
It's good Mexican food.
Yes.
All right, everyone. That's it for here. Where are we heading next?
Las Cruces.
Las Cruces, New Mexico. Coming up next.
It's gonna be warmer.
Yeah. Farther south, much warmer. All right, we'll see you guys there.